Hello everyone, I'm Shweta, a postgraduate student with the specialization in computer application in Vailtech High-Tech Dr. Rangarajan Dr. Shakuntala Engineering College. I'm here to present my final year project named Vulnerability Scanner in Google Play Store. So, throughout this project, I'm being guided by Mr. R. Danu, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering in Vailtech High-Tech Dr. Rangarajan Dr. Shakuntala Engineering College. Apart from this, I'm also being guided by Mr. D. Dayalan, Assistant Professor, Department of Master of Computer Application in Vailtech High-Tech, Dr. Rangarajan Dr. Shakuntala Engineering College. As we all know that we download applications for our mobile phones from the Google Play Store. Most of us think that if we download applications from the Play Store, that will be the safest and free from malwares. But the fact is, those applications also have the chances of being vulnerabilities in it. For this problem, we are going to develop a solution that scans and removes the users who has performed ranking fraud. Let us go into it. Let me tell you the abstract of my project. The commercial success of Android application market such as Google Play Store makes people appealing targets for false and malicious behaviors. Some fraudulent developers deceptively boost the search rank and the popularity of their application. An example for this is through fake reviews and bogus installation counts. Malicious developers use application markets as a launchpad for their malware. In our project, we are going to develop a system that scans for the fraudulent reviews provided by the fraud users. Let me explain the existing system of my project. The efforts of Android markets to identify ranking fraud are always not successful. For instance, Google Play uses Bouncer security system to remove malware. Previous mobile malware detection has focused on dynamic analysis of app executables. However, recent Android malware analysis revealed that malware evolves quickly to bypass antivirus tools. An example for this existing system is the recent reviews in media that Google has banned some application from its Play Store. Some of the applications are TubeMate, Popcorn Time, etc. TubeMate is the app that allows directly to download YouTube videos, and Popcorn Time allows users to watch movies, TV series, etc. This picture shows us what actually happens when an application is downloaded from the Google Play Store. For example, in this diagram, a gaming app is being downloaded from the Play Store. As soon as the application is installed in the device information is sent to the server. When we open that particular app, we will get ads displayed. The second one, that is the scareware. Scareware is nothing but the malware. Premium services is what the application actually does. Next is the literature survey. I have taken 5 papers for my reference. Those papers were listed over here with their title, technique, advantages and disadvantages. The first paper is detecting mobile application malicious behavior based on data flow of source code. The technique used in this paper is a static approach. The advantage of using that static approach is the user can define their own threat to identify malware. The drawback is manually should define all the threat patterns. The second paper is a mobile malware exposed. The technique used in this paper is exposed framework. The advantage in this paper is detecting any type of unexpected behavior, that is during the dynamic situations. The disadvantage is not working for all type of malicious behaviors. The third paper is the Android malware detection from Google Play metadata. Machine learning technique is a technique used in this paper. The advantage is detect all type of threat pattern. The disadvantage is too slow to detect malware. The fourth paper I have taken is detecting product review spammers using rating behaviors. The technique used in this paper is a novel scheme to detect review spammers who try to influence review ratings on some target products. The advantage of using this paper is after evaluation, it proves that the proposed ranking and the supervised methods are effective in discovering spammers. The disadvantage in this is scoring methods to compute the degree of spam for each reviewer. The fifth paper is HiSAD, a semi-supervised hybrid shilling attack detector. The technique used is historical ranking. The advantage is detect all type of ranking methods. The disadvantage is it is not that much effective. So, from those 5 papers, I've concluded with the problems listed over here. The first one is can't detect genuine reviews. The second one is can't identify fraud users. Third one is can't indicate malware indicators. And the last one is lower percentage of detection. In the proposed system, we are going to establish a novel system that asserts and influences the footprints left behind the fraud developers to identify vulnerabilities. This system identifies syntactical and behavior of the vulnerable application's activities. It checks the application's fake behavior provided by the fraudulent users who installed the application. The identification is sent to the admin, then the admin can deactivate the particular user's account. It consummates beyond 80% sureness in detecting the vulnerable application. Let me explain the proposed system architecture. Let us consider the left-hand side system be the server and the right-hand side system be the client. When the server starts the file transfer, the worm detector function gets activated. If the worm is present, then the worm removal process gets initiated, and after the worm removal, the file is transferred to the client. If no worm is present, then the file is transferred directly to the client. Coming to the system configuration needed for this project, hardware system configuration, processor Pentium 3, speed 1.1 GHz, RAM 256 MB, hard disk 20 GB, floppy drive 1.44 MB, keyboard standard Windows keyboard, mouse 2 or 3 button mouse, monitor SVGA. Software configuration are operating system Windows 7, front end HTML, Java, JSP, script JavaScript. The next is the modules. I have 4 modules for my project. The first one is system model. The second one is adversarial model. Third one is co-review graph module, that is correct module. The final module is a reviewer feedback module. In the first module, we develop a system environment model to evaluate the performance of our system for search rank fraud. We focus on the Android app market ecosystem of Google Play. The participants consisting of users and developers have Google accounts. Developers create and upload apps that consist of executables, a set of required permission, and a description. The second one is the adversarial model. In the second model, the fraudulent developers attempt to tamper with search rank of their apps. Example, by recruiting fraud experts in crowdsourcing sites to write reviews, post ratings, and create bogus installs. While Google keeps secret the criteria used to rank apps, the reviews, the ratings, and install counts are known to play a fundamental part. The third module is the co-review graph model. This module exploits the observation that fraudsters who control many accounts will reuse them across multiple jobs. Its goal is then to detect subsets of an app's reviewers that have performed significant common review activities in the past. The fourth module is a reviewer feedback RF module. Reviewers written by genuine users of malware and fraudulent apps may describe negative experiences. The RF module exploits this observation through two-step approach. The first one is a detect and filter out fraudulent reviews, and the second one is identify malware and fraud indicator feedback from the remaining reviews. Let's move on to the UML diagram. The first is a use case diagram. Here, the server and the client are the actors. They establish a network connection. First, the server selects a file to send to the client. Then the worm testing process is activated and the file transfer continues. The second one is a sequence diagram. And the third one is a component diagram. The components used in this project is a server, client, and the worm detection. And the next is the collaboration diagram. Activity diagram. First, the network connection is established, then select a file to send. This is for the server's activity diagram, and the worm detection process is initiated if the worm is present. Coming to the advantages of my project. First is can detect vulnerabilities in reviews at the server side. Can also identify malware reviews in the network. Prevents the application from being corrupted by fraud users. Can identify fraud users and malware developers. Can be able to remove and deactivate the fraud users. Next is the testing part. I have done 4 types of testing for my project. First is the unit testing. Unit testing is a process of testing a individual module for its correctness. This page shows the failure page of the unit testing because the username and password is wrongly typed. You can see this on the screen. Next is the unit testing's success page. When the username and the password is correctly typed, then the login is successful. Next is the integration testing. This is a snapshot of integration testing's success page. Integration testing is usually done after all the modules have been integrated. This is done to check whether all the modules is working after integration. This is another success page. Next is the functional testing. The actual function of this project is to detect ranking fraud. Whether this is achieved using functional testing is checked over here. Next is the validation testing. Validation testing usually validates the input given by the user. This is a failure page of validation testing. It validates the input, that is here the rating, validates the rating given by the user. This is a success page. Finally, I am concluding this project by saying we have developed a vulnerability detection system for mobile application. Specifically, we showed that there are chances when downloading a mobile application. We proposed a vulnerability detection to identify the vulnerabilities in the mobile application. Moreover, we proposed a fraud review detection mechanism based on the signature through which the worms and the vulnerabilities can be removed. Next is a future enhancement. This project is developed as a simple simulation model to identify the vulnerabilities in an application. In future, it is planning to get authorization from Google Play Store and implement our project in the Google Play Store itself. So, the mobile art system application users will make ease of identifying the vulnerabilities in an application and thereby removing the vulnerabilities. Thank you. Let's move on to the demo section. This is the Users tab and this is the Developers tab. Now we are attempting to log in as a developer with a username and password, but we will not be able to log in because we have not yet registered. You can see this on the screen. Let's register as a developer with the developer details. The first field is the developer's name and the second field, password field, indicates the password that is used when logging into the account. Email ID specifies the email ID of the developer, and the date of birth field indicates the date of birth of the developer. And the remaining two fields, that is the state and the country field, specifies the name and the state of the country to which the developer belongs to. Click on the Submit button to register as a developer. Let us register as a user. Same in the developers section. The name indicates the user's name and the password field indicates the password that is used when logging into the account, and the email ID specifies the email ID of the developer. The date of birth field indicates the date of birth of the user. The state and the country specifies the name of the state and the country of the user. And finally, click on the Submit button to register as a user. Registration successful. Let's move on to the admin tab. I'm logging in as admin. Login successfully. Developers Details tab contains the details of the developer who has registered so far. Admin has to activate the developer. Activation is under process. Activation successful. This is the developer's Gmail account. They will get a confirmation mail after activation. Same like the developer's detail tab, user's details also contains the details of the user. Here I am activating Mr. Ajay. Activation successful. This is the user's mail account. User has received a confirmation mail regarding activation. Let's move on to the app details tab. This tab shows the apps that are currently available. Next is the detected rank fraud tab. Now I am logging as a developer. Developers can upload apps with the application name, description, application image, and the APK file. I am giving the description for the application that I am uploading currently. App image is the icon or the logo of the application that I am uploading. File is the APK file of the application. Click on upload. App uploaded successfully. Let's move on to the app details tab. Now I am logging in as admin. Under the app details tab, the WhatsApp app that is recently uploaded is available. Now I am logging in as user. Login successful. From the app details tab, I am trying to install WhatsApp application. Installation is under process. Installation successful. After installation, I am getting the review page. Here I have to rate and review the application that has been installed. Then I click the submit button to submit my review. If I click the view tab, then the particular application's rating and review is displayed. You can see this on the screen. It will also display the negative and the positive reviews separately. Now I am trying to perform ranking fraud by giving fake reviews on an emo application. First, I am installing the application. Installation successful. Then I am giving poor ratings and poor reviews for that particular application. Then I click on the submit button. Once again, I am installing the same application. Installation is under process. After installation, I am giving the fake reviews and ratings. And then I click on submit button. Continuously I am installing this application and giving poor ratings and reviews. You can see clearly that the application Candy Crush and the emo has the same rating, that is 7 and 7. Once again I am installing the same application, doing the same task. Installation successful. Once again I am giving reviews and ratings and click on submit button. Now the rank of emo app has become 8. This is called ranking fraud. Now I'm logging in as admin. Here I'm giving the username and password. Here you can see the emo application listed over here. In the detected rank fraud, we can be able to see that Mr. Ajay has performed a ranking fraud on emo application.